Yo, what's going on, guys? So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make dark beats. So we're just going to start out by playing this loop here by Spitfire. Anyways, you guys kind of get the gist. You guys can send me loops at melsforali@gmail.com if you want to get on one of these tutorials. So yeah, go ahead and do that. But anyways, when I started with the loop, basically I just turn this trim knob all the way up just because it's a MP3 and there's normally like a little gap at the beginning. And I set the BPM to 125 because it's 125 right here. And yeah, the key is D minor. And what I like to do over here for the master channel is just put a little master preset here with the default soft clipper and just a little bit boosting in the high right there. So I think for this beat, I'm going to probably use a spins, just like a default one. See how that is. Yeah, that's hard. I like putting cut itself on there, turning it all the way up, getting clipping. I'm just going to lay down an 808 pattern real quick for this. And also don't forget to take out the lows in the loop so that the 808 has some room to breathe. So normally for these 808 patterns, I like to keep everything in key, you know, making everything sound good. Normally put the first notes in the 808s on like the actual key note. So for example, this loop right here, as you can see, it's in D minor, as is written in the title. So I kind of just stuck to D and then put some notes on the fifth, which is A in this case. So, yeah. And I normally like to keep the 808 pattern going a little bit more complex towards the end. So that's kind of what I did. Just gonna use like a hit one hi-hat or something. Like starting with a two-step and then just kind of adding on to it. Yeah, you kind of see it's kind of simple. Just keep the claps here on the 3 of every beat. Or every bar, I mean. And I like to put some open hats in here just to kind of accentuate the 808s. Makes it hit a lot harder, especially for spins. And for like these 808 mafia kind of beats. Also, by the way, I'm going to set this to like the default velocity. And a way that you can do that, like a little keybind, little trick that I learned is you can hold Alt and then just drag over there. And it gets to the default velocity. Oh, I got to turn off loop points on here too. Now I'm going to use this snare real quick. I really like this one. I'm just going to do kind of a simple like accent snare pattern. Something like this is pretty basic, but it works well, especially for these kinds of 808s. Because I have the 808 pattern right here hitting on beat 4. So it's not clashing with the snare that's hitting on like the and of beat 4 and then going to the and of beat 1 also. And you've definitely heard some accent snare patterns that kind of sound like this. So I just kind of have this as like a basis, and then I'm going to add on to it with some more like snare rolls and stuff like that later on. And normally what I like to do is add kind of like a super trap sort of flair to my beats. So I like using some of these sounds right here. These are cool little effects that you can add using the Sizzy 2K kit right here. I'm kind of going to turn it down and just see if I can manipulate the sound to make it sound a little cooler. Turn the length down here because it has a lot of extra space at the back, and then I'll reverse it. So I can try something a little different. Turn it up maybe a little bit. Yeah, let's try that. after that, I like to add some cool little hi-hats. So this is kind of the sauce for for doing super trap hi-hats, is you kind of box it like this in the envelope. So basically when you open up the WAV file, you can go here to this envelope thing and basically turn everything down except for the hold. And what that does is it allows you to essentially play the hi-hat for as long as you want it to play. So if I play like a really low note, right when I let go, the hi-hat ends. And then that kind of helps with doing like rolls like this if I want to just like do that. And normally what I like to do for this is I like to do 1/4 step. You can do like 1/6 or 1/3, but I like 1/4 because it kind of just sounds the best in my opinion. All right, so after that, I'm going to actually take these hi-hats and put it on the first track. That's normally where my kick would be, but I actually am not going to use a kick for this because the 808s are hitting hard enough, I feel like. And I'm just going to put some effects on here. So I ended up putting just flanger and flanges on here because it kind of makes it sound more stereoized and it's pretty cool. I like it. It's like this. I'm just going to add a few more perks to here. Probably like this tom or something like that. Might sound cool. That's kind of sick. All right, so I'm basically done with the drums. Now I'm just gonna kind of arrange it. What I like to do normally with these patterns is I go over here and then I click that little arrow up there and I click split by channel. So now I have all the drum sounds just out and I can just play with them as I wish. So I'm just gonna kind of go through the arrangement now. So normally with the arrangement, what I like to do is kind of keep everything more simple in the verse. And I like to bring sounds in during the chorus, coming out of the intro. So I kind of had just 3 of these loops playing. And I took this one out, this kind of main one, at the beginning of the chorus. And then I put it back in for the second part. And I'm actually going to put this in here too, because I kind of want to make the chorus as full as possible, like the last part of the chorus as full as possible, so that once the verse comes in, the change is so drastic because these 3 sounds up here just kind of disappear, right? And normally what I like to do is with this EQ that's playing for the melody, whenever the 808s aren't playing, I like to take this EQ off because it kind of opens up the low end back again. So what I do is I just right click here, click create automation clip, and then that goes throughout the whole beat. And then what I can do is just single out the parts where there's no 808. So yeah, that's pretty much the beat for you guys. And yeah, anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Leave comments down below just to let me know what you guys want to see next. More tutorials for different types of beats or things that you want to know. Any questions are good with me. Yeah, so make sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. And yeah, peace out.